let's start this off by saying I love A Court of Thorns and Roses. My name is Cassie and I am a barista. I live in New York City. I'm now realizing there's gonna be a lot of background audio in this clip for a hot sec. I have Sundays and Mondays off, so today is my Sunday and we're gonna do a little day of my life together on a day off. I have a few things to do today, but mostly it's gonna be chill. And as you can hear, I'm making breakfast right now, so I'm gonna keep trucking and we'll talk more soon. She looks a little nervous, so I won't put her on camera right now. But hi everyone, I'm Cassie. Welcome back. You may notice my hair is looking a little rough today. That is because on the agenda this week is doing my roots. I've been blonde for a number of years, started going blonde in high school. In college I had a brief period where I was back to brunette, then I came back to blonde. So I've been consistently blonde since freshman year of college. Let's just say it's much less expensive to be blonde in Washington state than it is in New York City. So when I moved here, I was very worried that I would have to just go back to being brunette because I couldn't afford it. Like most people, to do a root touch-up and a haircut, it's like a $500 appointment before you've even given them a tip, and that's crazy. I get my roots redone about every 3 months, and that just like is not in my price range. At first I found someone who did it for $250, which is still a sickening amount of money. Like that is so much money. But every 3 months I was like, okay, being blonde is important to me. Like this is a price I can justify. It's still like a crazy amount of money to be spending on your hair. So last January, probably about around this time, I started taking an acting class. There was this girl in my acting class who had beautiful platinum blonde hair, and I approached her. I did the brave thing. First of all, I was interested in being her friend. So I was like, hey, would you want to do a scene together? And we did. And then eventually, as I got to know her, I was like, do you mind me asking who does your hair? Because it looks amazing. And she said she did it herself. So then I was like, would you ever do someone else's hair? Now my friend Madeline does my blonde every few months. So I'm going to hang out with her today. Really excited. Every time we hang out, we're just like gabbing gals. Like we just chat for like 6 hours straight and it's so lovely. I'm just excited to hang out with her and my hair will look better after this. Every time we do it, we try out new techniques. It's been a process, and this process, she just recently did her roots and she's come up with a new 3-step process. So today is phase 1, and then she's actually gonna come over later this week to do phase 2. So after today, we are not gonna have the completed product, but that is okay. I work as a barista, so I wear a hat to work every day. It's really not a big deal to me if my hair looks funky for a hot sec. So anyways, that is the main thing we're gonna be doing today. It's just before 9 right now, and I need to head out in about a half hour over to her apartment in Williamsburg. I live in Manhattan. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm just along for the ride. The only other thing I really have to do today is I have therapy at 6:15 later. But if I get back in the afternoon, I might like do a load of laundry, and I have a recipe that I'm gonna make for dinner. That is the agenda. I'm probably not gonna look polished in this video. I'm not gonna wear makeup because I'm gonna be like taking a million showers to rinse the bleach out of my hair, etc. And I'm kind of breaking out for no reason. I don't really know why. As I said, my hair is not gonna be its finished product. You're just getting the realness today in Cassie Paulsen vlog land, and it's just gonna be a chill little hangout day together. I'm looking forward to it. Happy to have you. And I'm about to gather my stuff together and get ready. Welcome. And that's all I have to say. I'm gonna continue sipping my green tea. And it's actually not gonna take me very long to get ready, so then I'm probably gonna read my book. Oh my god. Okay, I'll talk about it later. Crescent City. I will give you my reading update on Crescent City later. I finished the first one and now I'm on the second one, and I have a lot of thoughts, so we'll get to that too. There's a lot to talk about. I feel like I didn't talk to you a lot in the last video. my bleach day bag. We've got a towel. This very old PJ shirt is what I wear because it buttons in the front, so then I don't have to pull something over my head while all the stuff is in my hair. I picked up some developer. Madeline already has a ton of bleach, but I need some developer. I haven't gotten toner yet because, like I said, that's not a step we're doing today, so I'll pick that up later this week. I have a little bag of coffee from my place of work that she asked me to bring her, some clips and my hairbrush, gloves, and processing caps. And that's it, baby. I'm also gonna bring my water bottle, but that's a given. Also today in New York City, it is literally 25 degrees outside. It's freezing and it maybe is supposed to snow later today. It says it might snow tonight. We'll see what goes down, but it's freezing, so I'm gonna be bundled and probably coming home with wet hair, so that's gonna be fun, but we're gonna get through it together. As I suspected, I still have time before I actually need to leave, so I'm just gonna chill and read my book. Phase 1 is complete. I'm looking orange, but that's okay. It's part of the process. I'm eating this Schmackery's cookie that I forgot was in my pocket from last night. It's freezing. I'm walking around with a little hair mask in my hair, getting some moisture going. Each day, slay. Made me so happy. Hey everyone, I haven't checked in for a while. I've been home for a bit. It's almost 3 now. As you can see, my hair is drying. It actually looks much better now that it's dry. I feel like from a distance it doesn't look that crazy. Up close you can tell it needs another slight round of bleach and obviously needs to be toned, but we are well on our way to my platinum blonde dreams. I came home and I wanted to do a little load of laundry, but someone's stuff was in the washing machine. I didn't want to deal with it. I might do it tomorrow afternoon. It's not urgent. I just have like a couple things I wanted to get done. It's a small load. I did a big load of laundry a few days ago, so okay, not urgent. But I've just made this recipe for cranberry chicken, which is one of my favorite recipes that my mom makes that I often request when I go back to visit. I asked her for the recipe recently and I just attempted it. And this was my attempt, and it actually turned out really good. And was also not as hard as I expected it to be to make. So I'm feeling proud of myself. I know I have leftovers for like the next couple days, which is amazing. I love having leftovers. The last few months I've been off and on kind of hard on myself for not cooking a ton, like doing a real cooking thing. As you can see, like this is my kitchen. Like it's very small. It's kind of like kitchenette. And cooking is time consuming and it's harder in a smaller kitchen. And I've been trying to give myself more grace about that and obviously making sure I'm still eating enough and eating vegetables and protein and like all the things I need and eating healthfully as much as I can. But also like it being okay if I just have to eat something, and that's fine if it's not a whole ordeal. This felt good because it wasn't even that hard. It's something that reminds me of home. I gotta send my mom a photo. Yeah, go me. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and keep reading my book. And then we'll talk about Crescent City in a little bit because I have things to say. Okay, everyone. What does my upstairs neighbor think he's doing now? I've made myself a cup of raspberry zinger tea and I'm ready to talk Crescent City. If you have absolutely no interest in hearing me talk about the Crescent City book series by Sarah J Maas, please feel free to skip ahead. My videos are always timestamped. Slash, if you haven't read book 1, I may spoil things, so skip ahead. I haven't finished book 2 yet though, so I don't really know much about it. So if you've just read book 1 like me, come along for the ride. Let's start this off by saying I love A Court of Thorns and Roses. It just hits such a particular special place in my heart. The fairyland, the romance, the story. A phenomenal series, and one that I will probably reread throughout my life. I have not read Throne of Glass, which I have heard from some that you will like Crescent City better if you read both Court of Thorns and Roses and Throne of Glass first. But I've heard from others that Crescent City is kind of jarring regardless. The thing about Crescent City is it's in this very sort of modern world. Like, they have cell phones, they're drinking, they're clubbing, they're doing drugs. Like, it's not the kind of typical, almost medieval setup that a lot of fantasy novels have. It's very modern, which is initially a bit jarring. The language as well. But beyond that, the world that you are diving into in Crescent City is so complex that it takes a long time to kind of figure out what's even going on. There's so many different types of characters, like a lot of different species, I guess you could say. There's angels, there's mermaids, there's fairies, there's half-breeds, there's 3 levels of government that all operate differently, and there's different cities, and there's humans, and it's all very convoluted in my opinion. At first, I just straight up didn't really like Crescent City, and I didn't think I would finish it. By the time I got to maybe like page 300, I just wanted to find out what had happened with the Danica situation. That's why I kept reading. I wanted to know what the answer to the mystery was. At that point, it became more of like a mystery novel to me, and that was the appeal. But the world itself and the characters, I really don't feel that connected to. I'm also, now that I'm on the second book, the reason I'm reading this one is because I have heard that there is a Court of Thorns and Roses crossover that occurs. I've heard that the universes in some way collide, and I'm just in it for Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I know Sarah J Maas has teased her multiverse theory that these stories are all occurring in the same universe, just like different worlds from my understanding, which can supposedly connect and collide, I guess. I'm gonna find out. Overall, I'm gonna read it, but I honestly just kind of think it's okay. My friends think I'm gonna like Throne of Glass better. I'll read it eventually. I check out my books from the library, so with a series like that where there are 7 or 8 books, I don't know, there's a lot of books, it's just gonna take me a while in between to like receive them from the library. It's not like I have them purchased so I can read them all back to back. So that's gonna be a project. But yeah, I'm 22% through the second Crescent City book. I'm gonna finish it. I just don't think it's great. And that's my honest opinion. And honestly, it's a bummer to me because I wanna be a Sarah J Maas stan all the way. Like, I want to love all her stuff, but I don't think I love Crescent City, and that's okay. I'm just a sucker for fairyland. Like, I just want to exist in fairyland. That's all. So I'm gonna keep reading my little book in my cozy little bed. I have therapy at 6 later today, and I'll probably just have leftovers for dinner. Chill day. I don't know. I'm vibing. I'm having a good time. I've just been therapized. I talked about some shocking friendship stories I've had with women before. Women can be truly crazy. I love them. I say this from a place of deep love and respect for us women, but women can be truly terrible to each other sometimes. And on that note, it is 7:30 and I am about to put in my retainer, probably take a little melatonin, because we're supposed to get a lot of snow in New York City tonight, and like, it's literally supposed to start snowing around 11 or 12 and keep snowing through tomorrow. So hopefully it sticks, but also I have to open at work tomorrow, so I gotta wake up really early and be at work really early to possibly shovel/salt this sidewalk in front of the coffee shop where I work. So the snow, it might be a gift or a curse. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm gonna start a little week in my life vlog for tomorrow. I know this was probably a super short and sweet and like mostly just me chatting about Crescent City. But thanks for spending the day with me. It was really chill, and honestly it was just what I needed. I have been trying to find the balance more in life lately and just really making sure that I'm present and spending time with people. So like, I didn't vlog Saturday night. I went to a birthday party, and yesterday I spent a lot of time with my boyfriend Henry because he's starting an acting contract today, so I'm not gonna see him as much, I think, over these next few weeks. So I've been trying to like spend really intentional present time with people when I can, but also being really intentional about my rest and my alone time. And I've been feeling much less scattered this last week or two, which feels good. And I think I've been enjoying things a little more as well. Honestly, I never know if that has to do with my lifestyle or if it has to do with my hormones or just like I'm getting enough sleep most nights. I don't really know. There are certain things that I obviously can pinpoint, like, oh, I'm feeling sad because XYZ, but sometimes moods just come and go. So I'm just out here riding the wave, as we all are. And that's all you can do. Thanks for riding it with me. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed myself and I hope you did too. And I'll see you again on Saturday for a little week in my life, work week in my life. Sending you lots of love. Make sure you go do something that makes you happy today because you deserve it. And that's all I got. Okay, bye.